Good evening. My name is Paul Viccica. I'm a principal at CBT Architects in Boston. With me is actually Chris Koyos, who's an associate principal and has been the senior project manager for the design and eventual documentation of the Reading Public Library. I want to go through the scheme as it exists today at the schematic level to let you know we are continuing to work on the project. Moving this into design development pending the result of today and future meetings. When we got on board, the first thing that we did was to reconfirm the program. We found that the program that was initiated several years ago was sound. The focus of our work then became sort of understanding how the library works, how patrons use the library, and how we can make that a better and more functional space in which it exists. Both within the existing building and also the proposed addition. The color, I don't think in your handout you have a color, but the colors here essentially are, the purple are the meeting areas. There's a teen room, so that's sort of a special area, and you'll see those throughout the building. The circulation and collection and patron usage is in the ochre or the yellow, and staff support areas are in the green. And this is the first floor plan with a new entry, which comes into a lobby that exists on that level, but actually it's a half level. If you notice that in front of the library, the large ramp is removed. That is that we can now easily access the library from the parking lot level. So this is where the parking lot is. This is the street up in front and what was the existing drive to when it was the school and currently is the drive. So the entrance remains on that level and also on that side, except now that you enter an accessibility directly in from that level and then negotiate a half a level up and a half a level down. And what that does is it makes the entire entrance accessible to all, as well as a central access point of which the circulation desk has complete oversight over who's entering and exiting the building. There is a central axis that actually utilizes what was and still is a central part of the old school building, and that axis is actually continued all the way through the building, through the addition and through the existing building, connecting the teen and some of the support areas with some of the most used collections in the building, all supervised centrally by that desk and all the support staff that is needed to produce the use for the patrons at that point. Going down, there's a new elevator in that location which completes the accessibility for all levels of the library. This is the lower level, and a lot of work has been done particularly to try to ensure that the collections are not only consolidated, but the corners of the buildings that exist at the lower level are actually not occupied necessarily by patrons, but are supervised and used by staff. What that does is it allows all the collections and access from the patrons to be visual and supervised, and access to information desks, so that this is the main heart of the lower level and their staff participation and access to each one of those spaces. Again, that access still remains. The most important access point, other than the main access point, is now a secondary exit into the two major meeting rooms that are in the addition. There's a 150-seat auditorium and a 30-seat large conference area. All of this area can be accessed after hours, that the rest of the library can actually be closed off in terms of after hours use, and still have facilities, access to facilities, and of course the meeting rooms. That large meeting room can be split in half so that you could have up to 70 in each. So there could be 2 rooms, a single 150, and then of course a larger conference area for use for the town. Going back upstairs, just to let you know, that stair, that is now sort of the main egress stair and also vertical circulation all the way up through the building. Again, anybody coming in has a point of access to the staff and also abilities to go right to the stair. They no longer have to traverse the entire library, and that will actually be important for the next floor. which is the upper floor, which is still dedicated as it is currently to the children's library. That means that that stair was the stair below, so anybody coming up and utilizing that stair would now come in. The children's desk is in that location. Again, the corners of the buildings are either for meeting areas that are enclosed and secure, or preschool areas that are typically used by young children with their family. And then the central part, that wonderful central room, is still dedicated for the majority of the children's library existing at that point. The central desk, again, is central for all of these uses, and including the access from the lower level, either through here, but more likely through that point. And the elevator, the new elevator, which is made totally accessible, is at that location. These are sort of axonometrics. They're a little bit hard to see, but essentially they show you that the majority of the library is not necessarily circulation, but it is the collections distributed throughout these spaces. This is that half level up from the entry at the door here from the parking lot, coming up the stairs, coming directly out to circulation, and that stair that I was talking to you about that actually goes up and down, connecting all the floors, is in that location. The lower level, where that central heart of the collection and patron use is at that point, and that secondary after-hours access to the meeting areas and the children's room. Again, the collections are spread out, but they're also utilized per age group, and also central to the staff for use by the patrons there.